Today, we are going to build a pillow fort and do a little recycling. I'm recycling my old yoga mat. For this project, we will also need fabric, a sewing machine, thread, and a hot glue gun. Oh, and lights for decoration. I start by rolling out my yoga mat. I'm going to cut it into 4-inch strips. You can do 3-inch if you think 4 is too large, but for me, I'm going to go with 4. I'm using a rotary tool, but scissors will work just fine. I cut most of the mat into strips. Then I cut a few that are 7.5 by 10 inches. I have 3, and I'm going to stack and glue them together. But I'm making sure that the lighter side is the one that is facing up. So when we cover it, we won't see the pattern shining through. For the 4-inch strips, let's cut a few to 10 inches. Out of one strip, I get 2 10-inch pieces and a little bit left over. Repeat to make more. I cut a few that are 5 inches long. I divided them all into stacks, and each one has 4 layers. Use hot glue to glue them together. Once again, I make sure that the solid color is facing out. I have 2 that are 10 inches long, 2 that are 5 inches long, and these are about 4 inches. I got 2 of those. Take some fabric. I found some brown cotton. I'm a little limited on fabric at the moment, but this should be enough to get all of these covered. I hope. I place the stack of foam onto the fabric. Then we're going to just flip it over like so and adjust to make sure we're not wasting any fabric. Cut around it, making sure you have enough to cover the edges. Gonna pull the fabric tight and glue it on the sides. I wrap the sides like a present and glue them down, and repeat for all of the others. For a little variety, I covered some in teal. I covered one in salmon. I still have the 10-inch stack, and I'm gonna cover that with this really soft peach color. Yeah, I like that. I think these are all very warm, complementing colors. But we need to totally clean up these sides. So I measure the sides. They're about 3/4 inches. Add a 1/2 inch for a seam allowance, which makes that 1.25 inches, and cut a strip of fabric to that length. Fold over the sides 1/4 inch and iron flat. I have my sewing machine out. I set it to a straight stitch. I'm going to sew a straight line right by the edge. After going all the way down, repeat on the other side. Glue it around the edge, and when I get back to where I started, I go past the corner just a little, trim off the excess, put glue on the end and fold it over, then glue it down to make a neatly covered cushion. Repeat. All the cushions have been covered, and wow, there are a lot. This took a while. It's not difficult, just a little tedious because there is so much repetition. First you gotta do all the cutting, then you gotta do all the stacking, then the gluing, then the wrapping, then the sewing, and then the gluing around the edge. Yeah, like a million times. But now we have all of these flexible little building blocks that we can use to build some fun stuff for the dollhouse. For example, we can take these half ones, stack them on one of the longer ones, place a long one in the back, then 2 short squares on the sides. I'm using a few sewing pins to push through the side into the back to make a couch. Make a few throw pillows. Stuff and sew them up, place them on the couch, and it's ready for the dollhouse. And we made quite a few, so we could totally furnish a living room. Use the large one as a mattress. There are a lot of different ways we can use these. But we want to make a fort, and I've got the perfect place to build it, the living room. First, we have to clear out some of the furniture. Place the mattress on the floor. Maybe we can stack these around the sides. Let's stand it up. To help them stand up, I'm going to make a small corner by taking 2, then using a sewing pin to hold them together. And that totally works. Now we are using pins to hold this together. Pins are sharp. You've been warned. Place some cushions on the sides. Let's get those taller so they'll stand up. Add a few cushions to the back so it's comfy. A few pillows. I want the sides to be a little taller, so let's add a few more cushions. I use more pins to hold them in place. Let's bring in some LED lights. They are battery powered. I'm placing the battery pack behind the fort. I drape the lights in 2 rows on the back wall. Take a knit fabric, something that doesn't fray, like a t-shirt or something like that. You want something that has a really nice drape effect. I cut a large rectangle of the fabric, and we're just going to drape it right over the top. Okay, we might need one more piece. Yeah, it's a little short. Another one on the other side should do it. Oh, look at that. It's like a little comfy cave that our dolls can climb inside of and curl up in their own little space. When I was little, I loved to build pillow forts. Can't say that my mom appreciated it, but it's so much fun to curl up in a little tiny space. And when playtime is over, we can turn our fort back into a couch. But I think I'm gonna keep the fort for a while. We can rearrange the cushions any way we want to create a different fort every single time. The possibilities really are endless. When you find yourself at home, creating a pillow fort in the living room is a great way to let your imagination run wild. Thank you for joining us while we stay home and craft. Let us know what crafts you would like to see in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at My Froggy Stuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Everybody's business. Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down? I think I'm the wrong size. Not enough room for everybody's egos. Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down? On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes. Swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute. Yeah. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear.